So, Prodigy, I finished a marathon again last night, and I've come to the conclusion that Prodigy is one of the best new Treks out there. It's well written. It sticks through. There's so much it sticks to Star Trek mythology. In the middle of everything falling to shit, they still sit and they have a discussion about how they all met, sort of like it's like Star Trek does. Like, hey, here's bad, bad, bad. Like, let's sit together and let's discuss our origin stories. Like, they do stuff like that is uniquely Star Trek to me. Is like, yeah, I know there's a lot of tension and a lot of things going. Let's take a break and then reset. When they do stuff like that, that feels Star Trek to me. The writers really get it and really care. It was so well acted. All of the characters.
The Hagemans and Aaron Wolke and the whole writer's room are just incredible. And Nami, the composer. I mean, the whole team is just
best theme song since since TNG. If you ask me, it's the best theme song.
It's my ringtone. So it gets sometimes a little annoying, but I love it. Oh, I just see in the chat that there is a video of me, and Jack sent it to me years ago, and I've somehow forgot it. So I'm so sorry. Please send it to me again. There's a video of me doing the Star Trek experience. I'm a brunette in there because I was in a show in Vegas called Tony and Tina's Wedding, and I didn't look Italian enough, and I had to dye my hair black so I could play more parts. So I had dark hair when I worked Star Trek experience.
Hey, you know what? You obviously prefer red, so at least you get to have it now.
Always.
Whenever the question I was here, two different series. So yeah, what I wanted to get back to, and I have a note on this. I don't think you're a minor character because you were doing the voice of the ship computer. Well, the way you put it earlier, you do the voice of the ship computer on two different series. And there's only one person who is known for doing the ship computer on multiple series, and you're following in her footsteps.
I accept. I love.
Yeah, I mean, you are the ship computer. Anything they do going forward can include you, be it cartoon, be it live action. I sure hope
right now they have other women who do the computer voices in the other series, but I am very honored to be a part of Prodigy. And now that season 2, we get, this is not a spoiler. They did release this clip at Star Trek Las Vegas last year, but we get Picardo, we get the Doctor, and they join the crew of Voyager with Admiral Janeway. And I get to be, I'm basically the voice of Starfleet computers, including on Voyager. So now one of my favorite series, one of my favorite ships, I get to now be the computer voice of. So it's exciting and, very, very humbling when people tell me how they see me as like the next Majel Barrett, because
I do.
She was such a queen when it comes to owning a role. And Mama Troy, Luxana Troy is one of my favorite characters. I would love to play a character like that. And so, I'm hoping one day in a live action Star Trek, I can audition and get on a live action role, because everyone's like, oh, you're like the next Majel Barrett. I'm like, how convenient that I also do on camera. If you really want to call me that, let's make this true. So,
and I like Luxana, but I don't think they made her fantastic until DS9. That was when the character was.
I don't know.
Amazing.
That episode where Picard had to fake, his love for her was great. How do I count the way? Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That was great writing, by the way, and also great acting, because they let's take the piss out of Patrick Stewart for a second. Like, let's make him do Shakespeare, but in a completely bizarre way.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Everything she did was just gold, comedy gold.
I have one last Trek question before we go to a plug for this section. I'm sure there'll be more before we go to like a quick break here.
Sure.
You've met a lot of Star Trek actors. Which Star Trek actor surprised you the most by being very different than what you expected them to be when you met them?
Oh,
good or bad?
Okay. I wouldn't say different, because I knew how she was going to be. But when I met Kate Mulgrew,
I know where you're going. Yes.
I was petrified, because to me, she is royalty. Her career is just, everything she does is exquisite. And when she speaks, she holds court. I mean, people just hang on to her every word. The way she speaks, her
gravitas,
everything about her and her energy. And meeting her, I was just in awe. And I went, oh gosh, if I could be half the woman she is, you know, in years from now, if I can just get like a little morsel of what she has, I'll be a happy gal. There's something about her that's so regal. You're just like, yes, your majesty.
I get that feeling. And that's when I saw her doing Red in Orange is the New Black, I like the fact that she was able to do something like a very opposite of what I've used to seeing her. And I remember she was Mrs. Columbo too, her own series.
Mm-hmm.
This was such a departure from what she'd done before. And that's when I realized she is an amazing actor. Like it was, I knew she was good, but when I saw her doing Red, I'm like, she let it all go. She did something else. She became someone else fully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of the surprise for me in meeting a lot of the actors is just how down to earth they are, mm-hmm. and also how grateful they are to the fans. Because some of them are like, you know, we're all struggling, starving actors. And I think a lot of people don't realize, you know, some of the older shows, you know, some of the actors haven't been working regularly for years, and they survive off of, you know, the conventions and meeting the fans and the support of fans. So it is so heartwarming to see the community just continue to want them to keep creating. Does that make sense? Yeah.
And I like the fact that there is a Star Trek family of actors.
Absolutely.
And it seems everybody gets welcomed in, you know, unless I've never seen anybody, they're too jerky, we're not gonna let them in, but like it's a large family, and anybody who wants to be there, like if you're at conventions, you get together and you hang out and you're the Star Trek family.
It's wonderful. And oh gosh, speaking of Star Trek family, the newest, you know, one of the newest members of the Star Trek family, Mr. Todd Stashwick, who knocks it out of the park in every scene he's in. I knew him before he got on Star Trek. You know, we were friends through the nerd community. We had played D&D together, and he's so brilliant. But he's the type of person. So he's been fully welcomed into the Star Trek family. I mean, he's like, you know, on a whole other level. And there are moments when, you know, I'm at a convention and I'm in the break room, kind of in the corner, overwhelmed with a banana, going like, what am I doing in here? I feel like, like I'm like back against the wall. Like I should not be in this room with these people.
They're going to find out I'm in here and throw me out.
That's how I feel half the time. Now it's gotten a little better. A lot of them have been like, you know, Bonnie, you know, hey, you know, now they actually start to recognize me and they're like, Bonnie, what's up? And I'm like, with my banana.
What?
I don't know why I'm eating a banana, but I am. I guess I need potassium.
Bananas are delicious.
Yeah, sure. I need a snack. But I was telling Todd the other day, or I don't know when, but one of the last cons I did, he was there and he came up to me and like, you know, everyone was in their own kind of conversation, and I just kind of felt out of place in the corner, and he came up to me and was immediately like, okay, I need an update. Give me the Bonnie scoop. Give me this. And it just made me feel so relaxed. Like he immediately just made me feel like, hey, you belong in this room. I'm having a conversation with you. Chill type of thing. So, you know, the imposter syndrome is difficult to deal with in this industry. And I fight it daily.
You know what helps you get over it? When there are newer people in the family. So you need to get another new series out there, and you're showing them like, no, you belong here. We're all friends here. And then you're the welcoming elder. That gets you right over it.
Yeah. But in any case, it's nice that some of the actors who I've become closer friends with have been very making sure I'm not, you know, feeling left out or feeling out of place in as a general fan, not a super fan. Well, no, just like you know, they're trying to make sure I don't feel out of place when I'm supposed to be there. You know, like I'm also working this event with them, so I just have to
let it go. Sometimes
I need that banana. You know, I need that snack.
Let me get my potassium and sugar
Look,
fix. I'll be
guys,
right with you. Let me get it.
I might pass out on stage if I don't eat this, so you're have to put up with me for a few more minutes.
Do you still ask your favorite actors for autographs? Have you reached?
No, I haven't done that. I don't do that. Here's the thing with me. There's always that itch of me wanting to like, take a picture with people and like have them sign things that I have. But I'm also so paranoid in the sense that I want, especially with people I'm like working with or doing a convention with, I want them to see me as a peer and as if they're my goal is to be one day working on set with these people to where, that's my dream. And so I want to always make sure that they distinguish me from, a line of fans, that they see me as someone who is a potential, colleague and friend. So I always try to be very particular about that because they get asked on the daily for autographs and for pictures, and so I'm always very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sensitive to that because I see them have to do it, constantly. On the other hand, I love it when people do it to me. I get so excited when people ask me to sign something or take a picture with them. And I'm just like, absolutely. At conventions, at my table, I don't even charge for selfies because I think it's just so wonderful that someone wants to
that you mean that much.
Keep the moment of meeting me as a memory, which it makes me thrilled. So, yeah.
I always feel bad. I'm not an autograph person. I was interacting with David Faustino in a project years ago, and I met him at a convention, and we talked like about what we were going to do and didn't do. He had a really great web series called Starving that I recommend everybody watch. It's absolutely hilarious, and he does it with Corin Nemec, and I recommend watching it. But I met him, and then like at the end, he said, "Hey, do you want to get a photo?" I'm like, "No." Because I'm not that guy. Like I met you, I don't need proof. And then I felt bad after I walked away. Like,
then you're like, wait a minute, I do want that. Yeah.
It wasn't. No, I don't. I don't know. Like I met him and I didn't need proof. I felt like I had let him down by saying I didn't want one. Like, nah, you're just.
I mean, there are times when I'm like, no, I'm taking a picture. Like I got to shoot something at the Magic Castle. I can't tell you what I did in the episode, but I was physically there, and I shot. And it was an episode at the Magic Castle where they were shooting Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton doing something like a mother-daughter show that they did for Apple. And so I got to meet Hillary Clinton and, take a picture with them. And I was just like, that's the type of thing where that'll never happen again. Like, when am I going to ever get to work with Hillary Clinton? And whether you like her politically or not, that is a woman who has like done like amazing things career-wise that most women couldn't even dream of doing. So I admire her for her tenacity and things that she's accomplished. So I was just very excited to be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a picture with the Clintons. This is crazy. Things like that always make me laugh. You know who's really good of doing this? It was Captain Maul from Firefly. Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion,
yes.
I was working the Magic Castle. I was in the lobby of the Magic Castle, and we're not allowed to ask for autographs or pictures. We have a lot of celebrities that come in. We have a very strict no photo policy once you're inside. You can take photos in the lobby, but anyway, I saw him, and Jewel was with him. Jewel Straight. So I was just like, oh my gosh, two of them together. They're amazing. I wish I could get a photo with them, but I'm not going to. But my bag at the time was a brown coat bag, and he saw it on the ground, and he picked it up. He goes, "Who's the brown coat in the room?" And I was like, "It's me." And he goes, "This is so cool. I rarely see a brown coat in the wild like this. Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, he's asking, so I'm like, of course.
Oh, yeah, yes.
He goes, you know what? My phone, my battery is pretty low. Can we do it on your phone? So this was his way. Knowing that I wanted a picture and knowing that I couldn't ask for him for it. That was his way of going, you know what? I'm going to ask you for a picture and then make sure it's on your phone. And then he goes, Jewel, get over here. We have a brown coat. And then he grabbed my phone and did the selfie with the three of us in there. And I was just like, thanks, Mr. Fillion. So
I feel like I would not. Yeah. I mean, like, plus he asked, and like, that's amazing. Plus, He's one of the few Canadians I haven't interviewed yet, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he seems very nice. I mean, again, I haven't worked with him or done anything with him, but the fact that he was so kind to me, that was like 2009, 2010. It was a long time ago. So if I saw him now, I'm sure I'd be like, you know, hey, what's up? No pictures, please. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm not doing this. Sorry.
I was the brown coat you met in the lobby.